Welcome, Professor.
Cerebros.
All right, welcome to Cerebros. Today we have an experimental episode. We're trying a little something fun. I'm Greg. I'm here with Joe, the wolf, Joey. Yeah, and Jose. Before we get with anything, Joe, you want to take away?
Very important. Helena, one of our supporters, got me an awesome gift. The Jim Henson Funko Pop.
That's beautiful.
As anyone will tell you, I am a massive Jim Henson fan, huge influence on my art and everything else, and I really, really wanted this, and I was not expecting to be able to purchase it in my current situation, and I didn't really have a high hope to get the damn thing, and she just went
I didn't
out.
even know you wanted it.
Yeah, because I didn't really want to think about it too much.
Of course. Well, these are just
Joey's
things.
got a lot of money. Joey's got a lot of money tied up in Tesla stock. So
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I wouldn't say I'm liquid right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing. I was stunned.
I want to say for the record, just to be like, when you you screamed.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe how much.
I squealed like a little bitch.
I don't know that I've ever gotten you anything that you've been that excited
Bullshit. That Captain
Really?
Rex you got me.
about. Who? Did you love it?
Are you
I never know with gifts.
the con exclusive Captain Rex
Yeah, that was pretty.
that I spoke about at length on like the first episode we did?
Yeah.
It's the only figure I have that's not packed up.
What do you, oh, nice. Okay, but I want to talk more about Helena. How nice she showed up to my showed up to my stand-up show. And
Well, this is going right next to that.
and she bought an album from me, and then I signed her like a poster,
Right.
and then she went, "Oh, and here I got you a gift." And I went, "What do you mean you got me a gift? I would have not charged you for the album
Yeah, I would have gave you the album.
for free." And then she was like, "That's why I wanted to. That's why I
Oh.
bought the album first, because I knew that's what you were gonna do." And I'm like, "You son of a bitch!"
yeah,
You sneaky
And she gave
little.
me a Miles Morales T-shirt.
yeah.
It's like
She told
it
you know
is.
what
It's a
she
Miles
actually
Morales
asked me. She
T-shirt.
goes, "Does your brother actually hate Miles Morales?" I go, "No." I go,
She said that. I don't remember saying I love Miles Morales. I don't hate him. I love Miles Morales.
That's what I
Only for
said. I
the
go, "She's like a
episode.
big."
Yeah, I don't remember
Well,
saying that.
I
on the
made a
podcast.
comment because we're talking about some Spider-Man thing, and I said Miles Morales just to fuck
Oh,
with you,
yeah.
and you went, "You shut your fucking mouth." So she was, but I was like, "No."
Yeah,
He loves Miles Morales.
I love Miles Morales.
and he loved that movie. She didn't, and then she was like, "Okay, great." And then you told me like a few days later, she's like, "Yeah, Helena got me this great. She got you a present. You're gonna love it." And I was like, "Oh, I just love it because I
What could
love
it be?
presents.
Of course, we'd love presents.
I
in our
love
home.
a fucking present. I don't
Yeah.
care how shitty it is."
Yeah, you get me a present. You're in.
But so I have a small Yoda that I have had since I first moved out of Mom's house.
Mhm.
That I've always put on a high place in whatever room
You put
I
it in
was
Vanzig.
in. What?
You also had it in Vanzig, I think.
I had a separate one because I was afraid to take it on the road.
Okay.
So every place I've lived since that, I've had that Yoda up. Next to that Yoda right now is my Captain Rex that you got me,
Mm.
and next to that will be Jim Henson.
Nice.
Jim Henson is on that tier of.
I mean,
importance.
that's an important pop.
And I'm not a Funko Pop guy
Neither
by
am I.
any stretch.
I don't have one, but I would take a Jim Henson one
Right.
because he's also isolated. He's his own guy.
He's Jim fucking
He's
Henson.
Jim fucking
He's
Henson.
holding the Kermit, the little Kermit.
I'd also take a Bob Ross. I'd take Jim Henson. I'd take Bob Ross.
Yeah. I think just Jim Henson.
Yeah, Jim
Oh,
Henson.
you know what?
Yeah.
I get Clone Troopers, but
Yeah.
I have a
That's
fucking
great.
problem. That's
Yeah,
for another
pretty
day.
awesome.
So you nailed it.
She dunked on him.
Yeah,
That's a great.
Yeah.
Glass broke. She just put her balls in some guy's face.
Any other fans out there, feel free. Get us gifts.
Really.
We aren't making any money off this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
We aren't making off any money. We're just three pieces of shit.
We
We're just
love
three
gifts.
We love gifts.
Yeah.
Very big in our house because everything in our home was rewarded with a gift. So, like, if you were good, Christmas. If you did good on your report card,
Yeah.
we got gifts for our report card. We didn't get anything outside of report card, Christmas, birthday. It's the
That was
only
it.
time you ever got presents
We were
in the
trained
house.
much like puppies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I get there are much people who go through it much harder.
Yes.
But there are also people who just go, "Oh, I want a Nintendo," and their parents buy them a Nintendo. And so
Yeah.
we want a Nintendo. It's like, well, that's not a birthday present. That's for everybody. That's a Christmas everyone gets present.
Yeah, we actually, our Nintendo that we got was not Christmas or birthday or anything. And I remember
that was random. I remember it too.
I remember so fucking clearly. I walked in the house. I look in the kitchen.
Yep, right.
There's
by
a
the
box
steps.
of Nintendo on the ground, and I was friggin' pissed because I was like, "Who'd you get that for?" Because it was like,
Yes.
it's clearly a gift
It's not
for
for
someone
us.
else.
Yes.
And she's like, "It's for the house," and I was like, "You cruel, twisted bitch!
Yeah.
Why are
The
you toying with me?"
It's funny, as you said, Nintendo was like, although we did get a Nintendo outside of the gift-giving days.
Right.
Yes.
And then Mom hogged it all the time. Well, Mom put up
She loved Mario.
Michael Jordan scores on fucking Tetris.
Yeah.
Like, Mom was doing shit with Tetris that you're like, is Mom a fucking genius?
Yeah. My mom had OCD. Like, I'd never even seen anyone beat it. My mom was beating it like 60 times in a row.
Like,
because you could play through.
yeah. And then you win, and it would do, like, fireworks and rocket ships. It looked like an apocalypse movie. Like, there were just rockets shooting up out of the fucking bottom, and she's got these numbers, and she's like, this game's just getting too easy for me. I'm like, what? Also, Mom beat Gremlins 2.
That was
Which
also
was one
crazy.
of the hardest fucking games. And she would literally come down like, move over, just let me fucking do it. And she would she would bitch us out.
Yeah.
Wrecked Gremlins 2.
My mom, she doesn't do much, but what she does, she
good.
does it.
Yeah.
She smokes cigarettes like no one smokes cigarettes.
Mm-mm.
She plays Minesweeper. Dude, you look at her and like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's like you. She's zoned in. You can't talk to her, and she's just putting up numbers and
She gets,
fucking.
like, obsessed, right?
I never
Yeah.
saw, like, you watch these like weird documentaries about like autistic kids doing the numbers on Tetris that she was doing.
Yeah. Well, I remember eventually. I think that she got like she was like, this is the thing my mom
But that
would
was
do.
the only
is
3 games, right?
She'd get us a Nintendo and then be like, well, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this game. Then she beat the shit out of it and then was like, these kids kind of want to play. So then she was like, she got one of us a Game Boy. And then that was no longer our Game Boy because she moved over to Tetris on the Game Boy.
She found out Tetris and Mario were on the Game Boy.
You can just take it on the road.
So we go
Dude.
upstairs. She'd be on the couch with a fucking cup of coffee and a pack of fucking Salem's,
Vanilla wafers,
just beating the game.
putting down Tetris.
And I remember being so mad. She goes, "Did you see the board with the submarine yet?" I'm like, "Shut up!
Yeah.
No, Dale, you
Yeah.
asshole."
The Dale, man. She played like 3 games.
Big Dale energy.
Yeah.
Fucking games up.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So that's really our thing is we would get like gifts on. You wouldn't really get gifts outside of the allotted
Report
time.
card was Dad. Dad was big. That was his thing.
That was his thing. Report card, $20. Go to Toys R Us.
He's like,
Everyone
"You
gets
put your
$20.
fucking numbers up on that report card. You're gonna get some GI Joes."
Yeah.
I remember the day he started telling us about, because it would be like, he would just be like, $20, you can get something for $19.99. We knew about tax, but we pretended we didn't know.
Right.
And then
Yeah,
one
yeah.
day he was like, nah, man, taxes, now you got to start including tax. And I'm like, you motherfucker. So that brought down our profit margin, like 15.
Right.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, we would get like G.I. Joes
We'd
and
always
shit.
milk him out of like at least an extra figure though.
He was soft.
He was so soft.
Yeah. And he'd always be this. Did you do this? This is the scam of all scams. I'm going to throw it. He would go, and I think Joe pulled this more than I did, but he would go, because Joe is the king of finding your fucking and then just jamming you. He would go, if you get a good report card, you go out good for your report card. Then you hand him a bad report card, and he would be like, I don't know. And then Joe would go, but I tried my best. And he'd go, you son of a bitch. And then if you tried your best, he'd get it for you.
Yeah,
God
I'd hit
knows.
him with some passive shit.
No
I
one was
go,
trying their best.
I know, Dad. I just don't think math is my thing. I try really hard. I'm just not getting it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, Super Shredder. He's right there in the back. See the one? No,
That
over,
one's for
the
me.
one over. Thanks, Pop. You fucking sucker.
Wow. Terrible.
The Super Shredder for the Ninja Turtle movie toy was awesome.
It was hard. It was a good fucking
That
thing.
was a good toy.
yeah.
All right, you guys want to get into this?
I do
Yeah.
want to get into this.
All
Again,
right.
Helena, thank you very much.
We love you. Thank you. Okay, so on today's episode, what we're going to do is, because we kind of talked about this off air, we did the whole Batman episode last week, and then we just went right into we were like, we started talking about
We went off the rails.
We went off the rails
Like we're
off
supposed
the
to.
air about an Arkham movie and how he would
because you
do it.
guys were talking about the game and you got all
Yeah.
amped up.
We started jamming on it, and we were like, how would we write the Arkham movie? So
Right.
what I'm going to do is we're going to try to do this like a writer's room. I'm going to give us some topics of things to talk about, and then we'll kind of guide this into how we would write the Arkham movie.
Yeah. It's
Okay. First things first. All right, I guess first things first. This isn't how they usually do it in movie things, but this is how we could do it. Or we could move on. The thing is, what kind of Batman are we doing? who would you cast? Dreamcast. Who would you dreamcast Batman?
Ooh. I mean, in my mindset, for me, this would be a maybe not Christian Bale, but
Sure.
a Christian Bale style Batman.
Yeah.
I'd also
Okay,
again.
cool.
Can I go in?
Go ahead.
John Hamm.
You want to go with Jon Hamm?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind this to be animated either.
It could be of any time.
Yeah, like an
By the
animated
way.
Batman, like because if I'm giving my druthers, I'm doing Kevin Conroy every time.
Sure.
Okay, and let's say this: you can do any actor ever.
Okay,
I know who I go with.
who's your guy?
I'm going to say this. This is going to be a running thing. I'm going to go every single time you ask me any character. I'm putting Carl Urban. I'm putting Carl Urban in the goddamn cowl.
Batman?
I'm putting Carl Urban as everything. You give me a guy, he can play it. The guy can nail everything. Did you see him do Bones? It's fucking stupid how good he did Bones.
Greg would pick Carl Urban to play Dale in the Dale movie.
If Carl Urban
Yeah, but
wanted
that's
to play,
actually very accurate.
yeah, he was actually nailing it.
The Dale is actually Butcher. Like, if the Butcher just always had half of a lit cigarette in his mouth through the whole fucking thing, like, this is just the Dale story.
It's real, man. He really
I've
is.
seen
Mama's
her
Billy
kill an
Butcher.
invisible man before. It's not even fucking that far removed.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just do some.
Which
Let's
one
just.
are we picking? Which Batman are we picking? Are we going to stick with one
No,
Batman?
no,
It doesn't matter really.
Doesn't
We all
really
got
matter.
our we all
Yeah,
got
we
our
got our
guys.
thing.
So we're all
Exactly.
in our own head? Okay.
Yeah, and also we could decide at the end because we don't know.
Sure.
So let's just go over the first topic. We'll spend some time on this. What are things you need to see? What are things you need to see in this movie? You know, like I'll start it off. Like, here's a thing I would want to see. You know, I would want to see Mr. Freeze doing something good. You know what I mean? Like, he frees Mr. Freeze, and for some reason, Mr. Freeze has his heart appeals to Batman. These are very general things that we don't have to eventually put in the movie.
Yeah, you know what? That's good because you know what?
You need the Mr.
Mr.
Face heel
Freeze. The good thing about Mr. Freeze too is he's always a fucking solo guy.
Yeah.
So like when all this shit is going down in Arkham, some shit will go down and Mr. Freeze will just like be over it and he'll zap your fucking ass. Like I'll see him like fuck up like a regular dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Mr. Freeze. I could see Mr. Freeze being like, I'm just going to stay in my cell because I'm out in 2 months and I don't
Sure.
want, do you know what I mean? Like I'm smarter than you. I got my own shit. Like I remember in the comics, Black Mask was hired him for some shit.
Yeah.
And then like some side guy was in there like, Mr. Freeze is a fucking crazy Mr. Freeze ice gunned him in the middle of Black Mask's office and just
Love it.
murdered him. Like it wasn't even a thing. Black Mask's like, I like that energy. That's why I need you here. Like, you know what I mean?
What was it in? I remember that.
Mr. Freeze is not a team up guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's
Also,
all-
we can
he's
keep
all
coming
in for
back
his
to
wife.
some of these, you know, if you have some later. But like, we can also go like, what villains do you need to see? Like, what are things that you would say, like, man?
so
what are
right.
things I want to see? It'd be very exciting.
This is what's I'm spitballing in my head, and this is a little bit off from what you're asking, but it comes back to what you're asking.
You don't have to stay on topic. If you have an idea, just do it, and we'll come back.
What in my head, how I would do it is, it's kind of like a speed type thing. Batman's in Arkham, and the main villain is a third party mysterious type guy. Everyone in Arkham is free, and they say to everyone in Arkham, "You're trapped in here with Batman. Finally, whoever gets him gets out." They say to Batman,
so like a raid type of scenario.
exactly like a raid, and they say to Batman, and he goes, "If you leave Gotham to any of these places, I'm going to blow up one building in fucking Gotham." And right off the bat, he blows ones up.
Are you
So
saying if he leaves Arkham Asylum,
if he leaves Arkham, Batman cannot leave? I'm talking about like
rig to blow?
there's a perimeter outside because this is what I want. I
Okay.
like the weird fucking team ups. Do you know what I mean? Of
course.
So like in that McGinnis Justice League, where like all the Batman and Superman had his little kids and the Batman kids, and then there was like Mr. Freeze and then Jack Frost and then that girl, the girl Flash villain, they teamed up, and you know what I mean? Like they got some, like I think it was Killer Croc, and like I want water villains in like a subterranean like water section.
I was going to say,
do you know what I mean?
I need a
want-
Killer Croc moment.
Yeah, Killer Croc, Orca, that
Orca.
crazy killer whale bitch. There's
Yeah.
got to be another like a Killer Shark. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I want them
Killer Shark who just wears jeans.
like underwater stuff.
He's
you know
a
what
shark
I mean?
with jeans.
Straight up a street shark just
Yeah.
ripped off.
Yeah,
That's what I want. And then maybe like outside, there's got to be some kind of like trees and shit. Have like
For Poison Ivy.
yeah, poison ivy, or there's who's like
Clayface, maybe?
maybe Crawler or like,
Uh-huh.
like a more like beast type villain.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like out there, I want sections of the prison. Like I want
And
like
they're themed. You
they're
want, like,
So right
teaming
now
up.
you're talking more about aesthetics. These are things you want
yeah,
aesthetically.
like I want Batman to have to work through sections of these things.
That's cool.
it's almost like Batman versus the elements. Like
versus who?
the elements, like different elements. Like he's got.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like I want guys like Killer Croc and Killer Shark teaming up.
Uh-huh.
Makes sense. Yeah, I guess he's not really a Batman villain, but
Who?
fuck it.
But I
Killer
do.
Shark.
Oh, sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Yes,
dig
yes,
the weird
yes.
Team ups. The weird team ups are cool.
Yes.
What about you, Greg?
What about me? What?
Anything else like other?
Well, I mean, there's tons of things I want to see, right? But I guess I want to answer this question first, which is I kind of want to see how I think I would envision maybe this thing is. Also, this doesn't contradict, but these are just ideas.
Yeah.
I want to see either. I want to see like Catwoman is kidnapped or Nightwing is
That's what he's
kidnapped,
got- you're
and that's
right.
why they get in. Hang on, that's why they get into the asylum because it's like Batman's going to rescue these people, and then all of a sudden they can't, but he still has to find Nightwing, who is either by the Joker or someone crazy. And then when he does get them, then we see a fight where they finally we get the payoff of okay, now this is Nightwing and Batman,
Well, yeah.
kicking fucking ass.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking is like, Batman's like, okay, I'm trapped in Gotham. I'll just call my crew. And then Homeboy's like, I already got your crew, doggy.
I already got your fucking crew.
I got your crew, doggy. They're scattered out throughout the thing. And then you introduce like everybody's got beef with Batman. But you know what I mean? Like maybe one time Killer Croc got fucking bitched out by Nightwing and
Yeah.
he just never got over that shit.
Sure.
Or someone, or you know, like maybe Mr. Freeze has got some weird beef with Tim Drake because Tim Drake's the techie guy. Maybe
Yeah.
he did some technological shit, you know what I'm saying, and pissed him off. So these guys got these other fucking beefs, and I would have this guy know all that shit.
I would. Yeah, I do also want a bat cage where like Man Bat's there, and
That's
like
what I was saying for the outside stuff. That's
yeah,
what
it's
you
like,
got
and this
Man
isn't a
Bat.
guy who is got a problem with Batman.
Right.
This is a guy who's he's full Man Bat.
Yeah,
you know, and it's
full
like
Man
Batman's
Bat.
got to deal with whatever this is.
Right.
Maybe he puts a thing in his neck, turns it back to a human. Now he's got an ally.
Yeah.
You know how he's got him an ally to get him through the next stage.
Sure.
Something like that. What are some of the things that like you'd say like you? What are just cool Batman things? What are just cool Batman things that kind of have to happen in the movie? And Jose, I'm not ignoring you, but
No, it's okay. I just want to
also talk close to the microphone.
Yeah, there you go. So I think, what are your thoughts on like a deconstructed Batman? Like Batman, you like early on, you see him use all of his gadgets in some sort of like takedown right before he finds out that Arkham is a problem. Right?
Yeah, no gadgets.
Like, but
So
then,
he
but then,
might-
but then
oh,
when
fine.
he gets put into Arkham, he's stripped of all the gadgets, stripped of everything. It's literally Batman with no gadgets
it's
against
Batman Die Hard.
Well, I
Yes,
have an
yes,
issue.
Exactly.
I agree, but I don't. I want to just discuss this.
Sure.
I hate nothing more than when I see a hero depowered. Right?
Okay.
So part of me says, okay, you want to get rid of the fuck line. Like I hate Thor's not Thor in this movie. He's only Thor the last 10 minutes. Now fuck that. I hate that. Taking away Batman's utility belt, I would say make it limited. I would say like
Sure.
he only has his belt. So if he's doing batarangs, he's got to be pulling them back out. He's got he only has 5 gas pellets.
I like that. What I'm thinking is Batman has to go into the Arkham arsenal.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Like,
I
he's
like.
gotta,
Create new
he's
things.
pulling like sheet metal down and making his own batarangs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or he's taking Scarecrow's powder
to make new pellets.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Using her powder against he's using Scarecrow's powder against Killer
Chemicals.
Croc. Be like, well, I'm using the tools that are only within here. I only came in
Yeah.
with 5 batarangs left,
Right.
like
Yeah.
after a brutal fight. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I love the idea of using the enemy's things against other enemies. Like,
Yes.
like that's great. Yeah,
You know,
like
he
has
take-
to
well, that's what
he has
they-
to like scrounge for his. Yeah, that's a cool.
Well,
idea.
that's I kind of what it's very close to what is in the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
You defeat Mr. Freeze, you get his freeze pellets. You know, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
almost
well,
like
that's
Mega Man.
yeah, like how you get to it is kind of like it's exactly like Mega Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are yes.
I think there's a value in like, it's almost like a long version of Iron Man in the cave. You know what I mean? Like where
Sure.
Right.
he's down there, he's at his bottom, you know, and then he has to crawl his way back up. That's always like hero's journey shit. That's like
Yeah.
so core. And I think
And
Batman's strength is not his gadgets, it's his.
And it
brilliant
goes back
mind.
to, remember how cool the first fucking Bane arc was when he had to
Yeah.
fight everybody? Like
That's
they just
so
released
great.
everybody.
When
Oh,
But
yeah.
Bane's
now
let
this is
everyone
not
out.
like he's running around. Like he's in a confined space
He's
of,
stuck.
of
Yeah.
a definitive fucking area.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the 12 Angry Men version.
Ooh,
Or
yeah.
is
See,
just
because I
stuck into
think,
it.
I think there's almost like a Rorschach thing where You asked me what moment I love?
with me.
Yes, I want that from Batman.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, you guys know I'm actually the craziest person in here.
You
right?
know, I'm the one who should be here the most.
I'm the one who deserves
Now,
to be here.
also-
That's
I have to tag on that
Go
real
ahead.
quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But
Yes, go ahead. You
go. You want to go?
Flip
yeah,
a coin.
yeah.
All I'm saying is, doctors, nurses, visitors, they're all in there.
Yes, he has to protect. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. He's saving nurses. They're helping him.
This isn't just
There's-
villains.
No, there's
Yeah.
doctors that are like, "Hey, man, what the fuck are we gonna do?" And he's locking them in cages. Like,
Right.
at least they can't get into you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or like they have to get past Killer Croc. I think you know, like, or whatever, some shit like that.
Yeah.
That is crucial because that's something that was like one of the critiques. Like I like Man of Steel a lot, and I think one of the critiques was that he wasn't saving enough people's lives.
Yeah.
That is a
I like Man
fundamental
of
thing.
Steel.
I
Yeah.
love Man of Steel. It's great.
Yeah, there are some fundamental things I think we need to
But
have.
that he's still a savior. Like he's still saving people's lives. That's a great call.
And that I think is the hero's journey. Is what we kind of talk about off air. Is it like what is a lot of internal struggle? I say a lot of the struggle is, hey man, I might literally belong in here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I'm Batman, but I should be in this prison. We all have the mindset. I'm crazy. I'm crazier than these fucks, but it's my rule of not killing that keeps me outside.
Right.
Essentially,
Maybe
that's
that's the lesson.
essential Batman,
Maybe
right?
That's the lesson.
Well, then, like, but
That's
then
gotta be the
yes,
overarching lesson is that like maybe he goes into it like maybe that's the internal struggle is that he doesn't know. He's like, man, do I belong here? Like, what if he's like on top of trying to survive and trying to save people? He's also like, I'm not any better than these people. And then towards the end, he comes to terms with what part of him is broken, but then also comes to terms with the fact.
Well, yeah,
that,
he's
but
got
no,
to
I'm
he's
still a
got to
hero.
come right up to the fucking line.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
To where you become. You know what I mean?
The thing I always loved about Batman, and this is exactly what you're saying, is that because I've had this experience in my life where I've always had this set of rules of people I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know who I want to be. I want to be a good person. And anytime I've ever broken my rule about a thing of like, all right, I won't, like smoke weed or something.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, yeah, man, I don't stop smoking weed. And now I'm like, maybe I should try Coke. And I've never done it, but I never understood Batman until Coke was introduced into my life.
Right.
Where I'm just like, if I do it once, I'm going to do it forever.
Yeah.
I am going to be a cokehead, and Batman will be a cokehead of killers.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like one
Right.
false move, he's the calendar man. Like, that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know, and but I'm sorry, I think I got us off topic. What were you saying?
No, that was great.
What was the last thing you said? Because I wanted to piggyback something on that, actually.
I was talking about how like his internal struggle throughout the whole movie is that he doesn't know whether he is like he's almost like self-conscious about whether he's crazy, and he's just in there fighting him because he belongs in Arkham, or but towards the end he kind of discovers that not killing thing is what it separates him from being crazy. That like internal struggle. Maybe that's the lesson.
Big question, right? Before we start really even getting into plot, we haven't even talked about plot. Also, we're still so much time left.
Oh yeah.
Should we decide on who the main villain is?
If you're asking me,
Yeah,
it's somebody else.
a new villain.
Agreed.
I feel like how I would do it is I would heavily imply that it's that Dr. Arkham guy.
Oh, you're
The
talking about
the doctor who went bad. The doctor
Hugo
in Arkham.
Strange?
Strange?
Yeah.
Hugo
Would-
Strange?
you imply it's him. You would imply it's him. And Batman finally thinks it's him. He gets right up to him, and then you just find him like strapped down to a fucking table or something. And it's just like, well, who the fuck is it? Was that? You know what I mean?
I'm gonna throw out a couple wild cards.
Okay.
Right? I do love how Hugo Strange. What about something like this?
No, I said not Hugo Strange.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But what if we find out later that it's like, what if it's like, this is just a wild stuff? What if it's somebody like Lex Luthor,
Yeah, that's what I would do.
who's like Lex Luthor's like, oh, like, he's like, I know if I need to get through some shit, I gotta neutralize Batman.
Right.
I'm gonna let all of his villains loose. I'm gonna
Right.
get this guy stuck in there. I don't know if I'm in love with that yet because you can't really introduce him like this.
Like,
I don't
would
like
do
the twist.
maybe a Black Mask.
I like
He
Black
might be
Mask.
one.
I like Black Mask. I like Bane.
I
But if
don't-
you do it, you'd have to do it like it would have to be a prisoner that you would have to see free. Like the
What do you
first,
mean?
second, or third prisoner that Batman fights and he beats him.
Yeah.
At the end, you come back. The main villain was one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to the motivation of the villain, right? So, like, what is
What if it's Bookworm? I'm just kidding. Sorry.
the motivation of the villain? Like, what does the villain get out of having Batman stuck in Arkham having
see, it's hacky.
Well,
but
this is the thing. All the smart guys want to be smarter than Batman. All the fighting guys want to be a better fighter than Batman. All the tough guys who just beat shit with sheer force of fucking will, like, they don't want to think that little-ass Batman can beat them. You know, Poison Ivy is like Poison Ivy. You know, Joker has his, like, weird gay thing for him. Like, so that's what you got to, like, that's what it always is. So if you just came to me, it was fucking Egghead.
Yeah.
Egghead was a fucking genius, and his sole motivation is to prove that he outsmarted fucking Batman, I'm in.
See,
You know what I mean?
This is what I want to go with you. And I was literally, it's funny you bring up Egghead. But I say the main villain, there is no main villain. The main villain is Arkham, right? But what it is lesser guy. Egghead is the one who finally pulls it off. He's the guy who's like, I set off these fucking bombs, and I'm in there. And then Egghead dies in the first half, gets eaten by Killer Croc or some shit. But that doesn't mean his bombs are off. He still has to work his way through this.
Yeah, and that's good because there's no answer to a lot of the bullshit as Batman goes on.
Yes, there is no, like, you can't find egg. Like, there is no code to turn off the bombs.
Egghead gets killed by Mr. Freeze or something ridiculous.
Well,
like
I want
that.
him to get eaten by Killer Croc.
Oh yeah, that's
he just gets because he's a big egg, and Croc's gonna eat an egg.
Right.
You know, hard boiled, baby.
Big time Jeffrey Epstein vibe.
Yeah, you know, like I would say, like let's give it a fucking D-level guy who. You know, it's the guy who accidentally hits Batman from behind with a baseball bat when he wasn't expecting it.
What if it's like a security guard at Arkham?
I don't love it.
But listen,
I'll tell you why. I want to hear you out.
I'll tell you why.
Let's see.
The security guard, he's escorted all of the people to every one of their interviews with the psychologists. Anytime something's been opened, he's been down there and seen it. And this guy just hates his friggin' life. And all he does is sit there and he just like imagines this shit. He knows all of these prisoners that they don't even know because he just keeps his mouth shut and he's just some fucking guy. But he's picked all this.
So he's just
now
done?
This is like the culmination of like years and years and years of him just sitting and seeing all this shit. His life sucks. He's a goddamn security guard at fucking Arkham. You know, like his wife left him or whatever bullshit. You know, blah 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 blah. So finally, like, he's just been planning this shit and planning this shit and planning this shit. Like, he's got no intention of fighting Batman. He can't beat Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, he's gotten to the point where he knows Arkham entirely. He knows every one of these villains because he was in the fucking room while they're getting their psych evals.
Sure.
He's done all of these fucking things. And it's just this fucking guy who finally, and this is exactly how I would do it. When you finally get him, he explains it. He goes, I had to wait. And he goes, and I didn't even know that it was going to fucking happen. I had to wait for every one of these villains to be captured at the same time.
What's his motivation?
His motivation is his life is fucking trash. And he's just thought of it.
So here's the thing.
And it became an obsession for him.
Here's a classic writer's rule that they told me. What does he want? Meaning, hang on, you can't have, in a pitch, this is like a crazy industry shit. In a pitch meeting, you can't say he wants to find himself.
He wants to fucking beat Batman for himself.
But he must also physically want something physical. There must be something that
I don't agree with that at all.
Yes.
Well,
I get what you're saying.
No.
But right now, no, you can't say no.
Let's try and find that.
Thank you, Jose.
Well,
that's the thing.
Let's prove it. It might not be there, but let's.
There is.
So is there?
Let me finish real quick.
Go ahead.
There is a mentality thing to it, yes, but you can't show that on screen, and you can't write that in a pitch. So there literally is. Yes, he wants to beat Batman, but he also there must be something physical. Okay, I guess we could say that with Batman. Batman needs something physical, which is all right. Never mind. I'm gonna retract my statement just for now, just because I want to see where we go with this.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
You know what else?
What?
I'd have him fucking win.
Well,
you kill Batman?
Hold on.
It's I just have Batman fucking defeated or something.
Let me play with that a little bit, right? With the idea of that it's a security guard. I actually really love that.
It doesn't have to be a security guard per se.
But it could be because this security guard. So a good villain can also be just someone who is extremely lucky with some sort of information, right? So like this security guard, like you say, he took this job. His life is in the dumps. He's been listening to all these villains.
This isn't enough, by the way, for me to see a security guard who dedicated his life to go crazy and decide he wants Batman to die.
No, but he didn't go crazy. Well, his whole he wants
like
to
you backtrack. You show the breaking point. You show that this was just something that he was always sitting and thinking about. Because I'll tell you what, As someone who was a security guard
just does it?
in a hospital and a psych ward, I heard and
Some
saw
crazy
fucking
shit.
things.
I see that,
Well,
but I don't
but
see
hold on.
why
So-
he's. Go ahead, but I don't see why he's going to snap yet. But
You're surrounded
I got
by
next.
the
I got
crazy-
next. I got next. I got next.
He's
Go ahead.
He's got in. So like, I like the idea of a security guard suddenly being handed all this like wealth of information of all these like he knows that he can't beat Batman, but he knows that if he throws the collective force of all these supervillains in here, that maybe they can beat Batman, and in that way he kind of feels like he beat Batman through use of these supervillains.
Let me pause. Or no? Are you finishing
I was
up?
just gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think the way it's revealed, I still love the idea that this guy dies 10 seconds into the movie. Like he bites it real quick. I would love the idea that Batman eventually figures out, like through like an audio tape or something like that, that it was like it's almost like a Saw moment where he's like da 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 da, and he just puts this all together. He was like, it was that fucking security guard. Like he's already dead. So
No,
that proves that the
hang on.
security
Yeah,
guard
yeah.
is like not good.
So let me
Yeah.
throw this at you, right? So let me throw this because I need character development.
Sure.
I don't see this guy snapping. Here's what I say. I say Batman went after some super whatever or some shit.
Okay.
But because he went after them, we have to come up with a better reason. His wife and kid died. Batman didn't save the wife and kid
I like that.
or something like that. We'd have to come up with a reason for this guy to hate Batman, right? For
I
him
don't
to be
but-
like,
but okay, no, go ahead.
no, go ahead. You be quick, but I'm going back.
I don't think he hates Batman.
Well, then why would he then let all these people lose?
Because you have not hit in rock bottom, have you?
I've hit rock bottom. I've been at jobs. I was at the Apple store one day and I said, man, if someone came in here with a gun, it would mix up my day, and I think I'd be all right with that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But that's not
Do you
enough.
know what I'm doing? Know who's in my head for this fucking guy? This guy is fucking Rudy. This guy has never fucking won a day in his fucking
So then,
life.
yeah, but that doesn't
Like,
mean
it's not even about Batman.
He's sitting there, and you know what he has? He's got one fucking thing. He's got intimate fucking knowledge of the most dangerous fucking people, some in the world.
Yeah.
He's got intimate fucking knowledge of how those people are restrained, how they're kept together. He's got intimate fucking knowledge.
Yeah, but none of that is
the-
enough for him to go to just be like, I'm letting them loose. I'm
That's
going
not what it
to
is
put
to him.
everyone's.
This is his fucking plan. This is his fucking one play at Notre Dame. Like maybe he's fucking old.
But that's not a good. Yeah, but
Well,
a
it
home run is
as
good.
Nah, fuck that. Because if I saw this shit and I just found out that it was just some regular fucking guy who had fucking nothing, and this is all he thought about for all this time, and then one day he was just like, "I'm gonna fucking do it."
For me,
Because you know what? Fuck the Joker. Fuck Riddler.
I'm not against it.
Fuck
I'm not
all
against
these
it. But I'm
fucking
saying if we're going to have a normal guy who's the one who pulls the switch and lets everybody out,
you need some
He
sort of
needs
moment.
motivation.
It's not going to
Needs some
be
sort of moment.
pulling the switch. This is going to be.
No, I'm saying-
this guy sat there for fucking 20 fucking years. Maybe he's spoken to some of the fucking villains.
and he likes them, he's become friends with
No,
them.
but maybe
but
they
he
There's
doesn't-
no reason.
They serve
You're
his
not letting me talk.
purpose.
Hold on.
What is his purpose? He has no reason.
His purpose is he needs a fucking win.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he
But
has.
this isn't a win because
It's a win for fucking somebody who fucking doesn't care anymore.
I get what you're saying, man, but you're not. I'm telling you.
I don't listen. I would fucking love that shit. I don't give
I
a
know you
fuck
would, but-
about how to write a book.
No,
I
I'm
would
not
fucking-
saying. I'm not
because-
telling. I'm not trash. Don't take this personal. This has nothing to do with that. What I'm saying is we
Getting
need.
heated, baby. Woo.
No, I mean the guy. It's the guy for someone in a movie to just go, fuck it, and hit the switch.
I wouldn't do that. No. It doesn't. This is not happening at the fucking beginning.
He needs a reason for
Batman's-
why he's.
I'm saying
flipping.
Batman's going through everything, and then for a while you think it's this guy, and for a while you think it's this guy. I would even go so far as to say the Joker isn't captured. So then you're like, maybe it's the fucking Joker. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. And
So you're
shit
saying at
just-
the end of the movie we just go, whoa, it was just a random act of some guy who
it's
hated his
nothing-
job.
Yeah, I'm talking about this. This is something that this guy sat and thought about.
Then we need to add to it. Is what
we
I'm
need
saying.
some sort of I will lead.
Yeah.
I kind of side with you a little bit, Greg, in that he needs a moment at least. He needs some sort of thing that pushed him over the edge.
You
right?
need to bring this character to his worst moment. Exactly. We need to bring this character for the reason he's willing to essentially
But you got to
almost
do it
put
without ruining the
everyone in.
reveal.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't even love it as a reveal. I mean, I think I love the idea that this guy died. I love this idea.
Because I would know what I would do. I would go back and fucking redraw panels from issues and issues of fucking Batman in Arkham where like some security guard got like beat up and it was like him, or something else fucking happened and he was there and it was like, he was there and he's seen all these fucking things over and over and over again.
Okay, can I add? Let me add. Here's what I would say. Here's some motivation. He's the guy who's been getting beat up. He was like, his bosses at Arkham, they're the worst motherfucker. They're just as bad as the inmates. Yeah. They're just as bad. He's getting beat up by other people, and he's just like, fuck it. I'm going to die, but everybody in here is going to die too. But that does kind of negate our how would Nightwing get kidnapped? You know, like then that's out because this guy isn't kidnapping Nightwing unless Nightwing comes in to save him.
Maybe it's fake.
Well, I would say this. I would say that Batman could just get a thing that's like, yo, Arkham is up in flames. And it's because this guy went, fuck it, I'm killing everybody in here. I'm letting everybody out, all the guards, everyone, because none of them have been good to me. Fuck them all. Locks the doors, whatever. Nightwing is the first one on the scene. He gets overtaken by whoever. He's now there. And now Batman's like, whoa, I got to go into this place that is essentially, and I can't come out. We also need to come out with the reason how he can't come out. Are the doors all just locked and Batman is just stuck in there?
Yeah, no, I'm saying
I want to get to my
and everything else. Because I would think this guy has access to the arsenal. This guy has access to blueprints. Like, this is going to be the guy.
He's got the keys to the building.
This guy has just been there for so fucking long.
All right.
That's why they keep him around. But what I'm saying is,
I want to get to my
point.
What
if Batman went to okay.
No, I want to get to my point. Well, this is before I said when I called next. I wanted to say I had this idea. No, I mean it's just a simple little thing of called. I was thinking about calling it Batman Sunrise or something like that. Okay. Where the whole thing is it happens at night, and he's like, if we can get to sunup, that's when like the doors will open, like the locks will open. You know, and it's like, and it's like I just have to survive the night, and it's like, but wait, who's trying to survive the night? And I'll be honest, it's not Batman trying to survive. It's the criminals because Batman's fighting himself to not kill all these motherfuckers. Yeah. And like, you know, and then he's got all these, you know, he's trying to protect the doctors. He's trying to do all that stuff. I like the idea of the guard.
What about this? What about like, because Arkham would have transmission dampening stuff for sure.
Yes, of course.
So what if
that's why you can't call it Batwing.
Certain heroes have voice activated entry. So what if Batman calls out, says, Nightwing, this is Batman, this is going down. This guy took something that somebody else did, took Nightwing's voice from the voice recording activated, and had Nightwing go, I've been captured, I can't get to you. This guy got and made like a fake. So what if Batman comes out after this is over? Batman comes out in the morning and Nightwing's like, "What's going on?" You know what I mean?
He's just tired as fuck.
And Batman's like, "I thought you were." He's like, "Nah, dude, we were looking for you. Like we were out doing. We went over here like you told us."
That's fun, but then we take away a thing that I need to see, which is what I need to see is getting Nightwing loose and them fighting together.
No, see, I like the thing of Batman alone, especially the stripped down Batman.
Don't get me wrong, I do, but I think
I fucking love Nightwing.
No, I know, but I want an end scene or something in the end where it's like everything you've ever wanted in a Batman movie. And one of the things I've always wanted in a Batman movie is Batman and Nightwing and Robin just fucking fighting their way. Okay, we don't have to keep that. We don't have to.
You know how I might do it? I might have Batman get to the point where he realizes it's someone he's not thinking of. It's got to be someone that knows something. Batman lets the guy think that he fucking wins. And then that's when the guy's like, that's all I needed. And that's...
Yeah, this
changes everything.
For the better, though. I think there's almost like a Craven's Last Hunt kind of vibe in that, like, the guy wins and then he kills himself. Like, maybe there's a vibe
or maybe,
like that.
Yeah, maybe the guy is dying. Or maybe, like, after so many ass kickings, maybe the guy's got nerve damage like Dr. Octopus had or something. That he's just had his ass kicked so many fucking times. Yeah. And is just like whatever, and he's just like...
But he doesn't want to kill Batman. He wants to kill everyone inside, right?
No. He wants to beat Batman because...
But there's no... I cannot stand on this with you because there is no reason for a guy who just gets sick to then decide, I'm going to beat Batman, who's a normal security guard.
Okay, well, first of all, what would happen was, fuck every one of these prisoners that I fucking hate. I beat Batman and you didn't. First of all.
Okay, so I can work with that, right? So let's pause. Let's work with that, right? What if he's in there with like with Riddler or some shit, and he was just like, he's just like, you're dumb, like you're dumb. Better dialogue, and he's like, I'm better than you. I can do all of this better than you. I don't know. I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold.
That's the moment, though.
As the head writer, as we decided before, I'm not sold on this yet.
My
I
thing
will
is,
like this. I like to point out that we've talked about this for a little bit while.
I want to move on.
I think we're all interested. I'm just saying.
But listen, my thing is this. Every day you meet people and you don't know the fucking shit that they're fucking going through.
Yes, but the watcher of the movie must.
I understand that,
Okay.
but you got to make it fucking. Let's do something fucking new. Oh, this guy got his ass kicked, so he wants to kick that. Well, no shit. We're gonna know that as soon as I fucking watch that. I'm gonna fucking know that. I don't want to fucking know. I want to be like, I know what I like in a movie when I fucking know, and then I'm fucking wrong.
Absolutely, that's what we need
and like
to
this
do.
fucking guy, there's gonna be like,
But there needs to be a reason. We hide the reason, but there needs to be a reason for this guy to lose it. Not just being like, I'm smarter than Batman. So you're telling me a normal human being.
But my point
who
is
just
this: this guy could win this one thing. This guy, in his heart of hearts, knows I can do this fucking thing, and it's not really about like killing him or killing them. He's like, I could fucking win.
It's a little bit of luck. It's like I'm in this unique position where this thing that has torn me down, this job
that I can't fucking leave.
I may. Oh man,
Well,
everybody got locked up. All the villains are here. This is a one-time chance that I could do something crazy. That like I could win. It's
Here's the thing,
my
though.
life is down to the drums. This unique collection of situations.
I don't hate that. No, hang on.
How many jobs have you been in?
Hang on.
Like, I'm smarter than this.
Right.
Of course, but if I'm Batman, and this is the thing I would write in it, it's like, you didn't beat me. You didn't. You flipped a switch. I'm fighting all of these people. You're not the winner. You're just a guy who worked at a job and you hit a fucking switch.
Well,
You're not smarter than me.
I hit a switch.
But that's
it's a plan.
But that's how. I mean, maybe that's what Batman says to this guy.
Yeah.
Who's like, you think you beat me?
Yeah.
You didn't. You didn't do anything. You're a nobody who was still nobody, and I still won.
Yeah.
And all you did was turn all these people on me. Now, I mean, I get what you're saying with the switch, but now let me talk. Now, let me.
You are talking.
Yeah, but I know when you're about to cut me off, and you're about to cut me off. I can see.
You guys are so cute.
Stop. Okay. No, but I'm saying.
Dude,
Well,
we can move on though. I mean, if you want.
Yeah, let's move on.
We got. This is good.
We're at
This is
42, so let's move on.
Let's keep going. All right.
All right. No, whatever.
What else? What's the next question though?
Well, I want to
say the thing.
Because things I liked so far that we had was that this was this guy who it was Batman stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
He has to fight his way through all the people,
Yep.
right? And then what I like is that there was no villain, and that's what I like. I like that there was no main guy. That like whoever did this at first died, and then Batman has to go like, well, there is no turning of the key. There is no finding the code. That's why we have to wait till sunrise, because that's when the doors will open, and then I can kind of get these people out of here, but I have to protect them, not kill everyone, and fight off all my worst villains.
But again, that removes the detective aspect of Batman from it. And know what else I was thinking I would do? I would make it very clear at the end that there was no way the villains ever could have gotten out.
Okay.
Make it like,
So
this
the
is
stakes
my
weren't
thing.
really there.
This is my self-contained fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, or even if like the guy makes it at the end that like Batman can't, he doesn't really want Batman to die. He just wants to like beat him or beat somebody. Like make it so like at the end it was like they were never going to be able to get out. Like he lied. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like this is just
We have to figure out a new way to do this, because we're not coming to a shared ground here.
Well, listen, Batman fighting through fucking Arkham is dick. Like it's done. We've
Dude,
done
Batman
it.
fighting a guy who has zero reason to hate Batman is dick. That's what you need. You need a guy. You need a reason. You need a guy who's been pushed to the edge and he's done. I'm totally fine with it being a security guard, but he has to have a reason because what we're essentially saying is, and this is a sane person so far, because we haven't written anything that says this guy's crazy or weird or done.
Sure.
He's a person who's saying what I'm about to do could essentially let everyone in Arkham can escape and kill everyone in Gotham.
Well, that's what I'm just saying. They can't.
You have to be well, then there's no stakes in the movie. There's no stakes for Batman to even go in there.
There's
it's just a
perceived
mistake.
stakes.
But then at the end, no, see that. Let me say this: I will veto that because at the end of the movie, you go, "Wait a minute, so everything was for nothing?" Well, then why the fuck did I watch this movie?
Because Batman could have been killed.
Yeah, nah, there has to be real stakes.
Well,
Batman could have been killed. There's prisoners in there. There's him in there.
but then we find out at the end that those stakes weren't real.
But those people could have died.
No, they couldn't have because, like you said, they couldn't have gotten out.
I think we're getting into the
No,
weeds.
man,
Just-
the
I think
fucking
Let's move on.
nurses and shit, the
What?
employees of Arkham.
Sure. I think we're getting just to kind of wrap this one up. I think there's pros and cons, right? So to it being just a random security guard, the pro is that is the one thing that both Batman and the viewers would not expect. That it's not some well-known, well-established villain. That it's just kind of this guy that got lucky. I think that's a pro.
Yeah.
I think.
So then we have to vote. Let's
It's gotta
vote.
be more.
Let's make the vote.
It's got to be more than the luck. Like it's
I
got to
think it's
be
pieces.
like I don't mind not so much luck as just like I like
the luck.
In
I'm
my head,
using,
I'm thinking,
using
like,
luck in a wrong way.
this-
I think I'm using
this is
the
like
word
a plan,
the wrong way.
and all of a sudden like something bad happens, the situation presents itself, and then he's like, I'm gonna put this into
motion.
play. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's like a little bit of luck, a little bit of fortitude. You know, it's like a good luck event for this guy, and this guy's he jumps off the cliff. Maybe he has an offhanded conversation with the Joker who's locked up, and then the Joker's just like,
Killer Croc's
Well, like
even,
that's my
I've already
what I'm
decided
thinking is
But-
like these like this is a guy that's been there for the longest time and like have like little things like where like he goes, all right, so and so get in there, and they're like, who are you? Like he's like I've like they don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Yeah.
I got it, man. All right,
Like
so
it's
here's the
just a-
thing.
you know what I
I
mean?
think we're
You have
spinning.
story
We're spinning.
A and we have story B.
Yeah.
Right? So story B is what I would write, which is whatever. We have this is your style of my style, which is I would say this is the calendar man. I don't want to go with the security. I'm not saying I love the security guard. I wouldn't pick a security guard because I want every single person to be someone in the audience goes, "Oh man, I love that guy. He never got his play." I want a C-D level fucking villain who's like, "I'm calendar man.
punching above his weight
I got
class.
way above I got this one opportunity, right? It's like I kidnapped a security guard. I'm letting everyone out, or I tricked Nightwing into getting here. I just stumbled upon gold, and it's like, boom, right? Calendar Man. And then he's like, Batman comes in. He's like, okay, this is fucking Calendar Man did this shit. Like, I'm going to make but Calendar Man dies, right? He gets eaten by Killer Croc, right? And then you go, well, what the now this is the Darkest Night aspects because now Batman, he goes, well, what the fuck? How am I going to
It's
get...
almost senseless now, yeah.
Not that it's senseless, but it's like there's no way for me to get out now. The option was Calendar Man can let me out, essentially. He's got the codes or whatever. Now he's eaten. Now he's dead, right? So then we go, well, now you have no way out. Now you have to survive all night, whatever. You know what I mean? Not whatever.
Like that is a title, too. No Way Out.
No Way
Batman,
Out.
No Way Out.
I'm sure it has to be a
metal.
Batman title.
Yeah.
And then now all he has left to do is to get all of these villains back in jail and survive till sunrise. And then we also find out that the other thing he's battling is literally not... He can end this all. Batman can kill these people and then end it all. But this is a battle with himself, right? And I will stay with you and say, you know what? Nightwing isn't really here. Maybe he gets out or maybe he gets his leg broken or whatever. It is Die Hard.
Yeah.
Essentially him. with
Batman
his
Die
thing.
Hard is a beautiful example of what this should be. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do love the idea of having it as a security guard, but I do think that when you have that option of like, give people what they want a little bit. Give them like a real C-level, D-level guy.
Maybe he's working in cahoots with another C level. Maybe like
maybe that's it.
No,
maybe him
I-
and this guy
no,
became
I'm saying,
friends.
yeah, absolutely. He's gonna have to there's gonna have to be some stuff to like set some shit up, but it's gonna have to
maybe
be
that's
like
the thing.
like
Maybe
I
it's
would
the C level, D level.
yeah, I would make it like those
villain
those
who
fucking
pushes him over.
dudes, or like even like other just like thugs that like
Yeah.
some like guy like some guys like
me
the Joker hit me with this steroid shit one time. I'm still all fucked up, but
Dude,
no one cares about me.
What about this? To exactly your point, we go with almost the Harley Quinn story, whereas it's just a security guard who's been around the Joker too much.
And
he started buying
But
into
not the
his
Joker.
shit.
Maybe
Not the
it's
shirt,
not
not
the
the Joker.
Maybe it's a D level villain.
Or whatever. Maybe it's I would say I would be totally down with it being Harley Quinn. Maybe it's because Harley Quinn is also a fucking therapist. Maybe she's been around. Maybe he falls in love with her. Or that seems like it's
What if
whatever.
it's Harley Quinn he's around?
What if Harley Quinn is the D level? What if this is the Harley
Yeah.
Quinn story? The twist at the end is we find out it's Harley Quinn. She was just we would know that because you know that she was a therapist.
Yeah.
But like if it's somebody who just I know not the Joker because
Harley's
Joker's
like
not
a good
desk.
guy now, though, too.
Yeah.
I know.
What
I know.
about
No, but
ventriloquist? No, it wouldn't be him.
But I love or like the Riddler or psychological guy who just got what you said before, Hugo Strange. If he just got in the head of a fucking security guard, and that security guard was like, "Yeah, man, I'm believing his shit, and I could be the one who can beat Batman."
Yeah, but then that's Hugo Strange is the big bad.
You're right. But I also, I know. Yeah, I'm just saying it could be someone who just got there. So you want the big bad to be. You'd want the big bad there to just
I want
be
this
guy.
to be like in my head. It's Rudy. You know what
Rudy
I mean?
of villains.
This guy, what?
Rudy of villains.
The Rudy of villains.
I love
Like
that.
that.
I
I
love
that.
Rudy of
Yeah.
villains.
You know what I mean? And
Because it gives the villain a good like foil.
Instead
But
of
he needs
like
to be
instead of like a villain who's got his ass kicked so many fucking times, this guy poured years and shit into this one fucking plan. And I would like juice it up. I'm like,
I know. But
this guy knows every villain's favorite fucking food. He knows everything what they like. He knows if like I say this, they'll do this. I know where they go at this time. I know where the old solitary confinement rooms are, and they're this now. And I know this is this now, and I know how to get into the fucking arsenal.
So let me pause you because I love what you're saying. I'm seeing it clearer now.
And
what
this
you're
is
saying.
a guy
I do love
who's
it.
like ignored.
But
you know what I mean?
I just need one little more reason for this guy, is whether it's psychosis, OCD.
You just need the little push.
I need the
You
little
need
push on why this guy essentially is a villain and not just a security guard who just was like, well, I can do it, so I can.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I think if you have a guy who's like,
Because I've been in that scenario and I've never done it.
So
that's
what
the
would have
thing.
been?
Yeah,
the
but
push?
every day we got a fucking school shooter or some other fucking guy who just decided to swerve his car off the fucking onto a bus full of people.
I'm glad you
they
brought
It
that
have
comes
up.
down
they
to a
have
fucking
reasoning.
second, and it goes back to your Batman thing. He's brought up to the friggin' line and he chooses not to do it. This guy's brought up to the fucking line and says, "Fuck it."
That's the foil.
But
right there is
Batman,
the foil.
but
And
the
there's your
see,
parallel.
But exactly what you're saying is that there's a reason, right? Batman gets up for the line. He knows if he kills them, he gets what he wants. What he wants is to protect the city. What does this guy want? Why does he like? He gets brought to the line, but he needs to be like, well, why would he? Like, I'm around a million. I've been in cash. I've been working in retail my whole life. I've always had like this. Man, I could just take all this fucking money, but I don't because there's consequences. Now, this guy needs reasons to be a reason strong enough for him to push past those consequences and go, fuck it, I'm doing it this time. Why is today the day he did it? And like,
Well, I think that you got to establish like his life is fucking shitty and his life is fucking like kind of boring and like a whole. I would like, but you'd have to do this kind of later and like bring.
but then
it
he
back
needs to be crazy.
What?
Well, don't you be so to kind of bring it to real world? I mean, with just what happened with Jeffrey. I hate to bring up Jeffrey Epstein again, but they were talking about, well, who was watching him? How did Jeffrey get away with killing himself? Now, conspiracy theories aside about him getting murdered.
So you're saying, real quick, the big bad is going to be Hillary Clinton.
Of course. Thank you.
When isn't she?
But they immediately the prison immediately brought up, well, I mean, they're not really that well paid. They're not really well trained. I mean,
And what about this? Like the guy started off at Arkham as a young guy.
What if he got
And-
it and he's
and
just obsessed with villains?
After like
Sorry.
that's
But
that's
what I'm
would
saying is,
happen.
like after like they upgrade, there's a bunch of new guards. There's a break in Arkham, like there always is. A bunch of guards get killed, and they're like, "You got to come back. No one else knows anything about the building," and he just keeps getting like grandfathered in
Residual work.
because he knows the stuff, and like everything else are outside. Like you got to like explain that this is like. Not only like was this like a thing that he would just sit and think about when it's just like, yeah, of course he like, and that's how I would start, like, yeah, of course they fucking escaped because you took him through Tunnel C, and when he already fucking knows that the last time so and so broke out through the thing, so he freaking
I know
knows
you
that
need to
shit.
give me a
Hold on,
last
hold on.
straw.
No, but that's it.
What?
What if his issue isn't with Batman? What if his issue is with Arkham? What if he's just like, I'm a slave to this crazy
And he wants to
house,
burn it all down?
and he wants to burn it all down.
Yeah,
Burn
maybe
it all
Batman
down.
just
What
gets
if-
dropped in.
Yeah, and Batman is just
Like
there.
he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't
has-
want Batman.
I would
in
agree
there.
with that. That's
a
being
cool
is
idea,
good.
too.
It has nothing to do with Batman. And
And-
I would even say like he turns off the bat signal. Like there's a
Yeah.
line that we know. You push this button, Batman comes. Right.
That also
he
puts
cut that.
yeah.
He just goes fuck it. I'm the patrioting this.
Yeah.
I'm locking all the doors. And I hate everyone in here,
Yeah.
and they're all gonna die. I'm done. But he still needs a moment.
But that also puts Batman in it to bring, because Batman can't get lost in this either, right? To put Batman into this, his internal struggle is the fact that he has to save the lives of these crazy people, right? Save the lives of all these villains, right?
Well, pause to what you're saying. I love what you're saying. He also has to save the lives of not only the doctors and nurses, but the third tier guys who are like, yeah, this guy is just a psycho who had a breakdown, is still getting better. But it's like, I still don't value his life, but I still got to save, fucking
like,
Egghead from.
Like really? Like,
and like old beefs
from
between
Bane.
the villains themselves.
Yeah, gang breakouts. They're all fighting.
Batman's like, Killer Croc, are you stupid? I'm trying to save your life. Like, what are you doing? And maybe that's what pushes Batman over his edge, where he's just like, why am I even saving these people? I could just let them die.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. Here's what we're gonna do.
I don't know.
We're gonna land the plane, and here's what I'm gonna do. We're all gonna have homework.
All right.
This is gonna be our homework. Next week, we all got to come with an outline. And just point by point, just an outline of what you would happen and how it would go.
And you have viewers
we'll
too. Viewers too. Hey, you guys got a killer idea?
If there's something about this idea that you want to add.
If you guys have a better idea,
you know what it is? It sucks because it's like I would do it in like a chapter, right? Because you can't do the reveal at the very end. You'd have to do the reveal at the beginning of the last chapter.
So what's the reveal? The reveal is that it was this guy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If we did I keep saying security guard, but it could be fucking anything.
Civilian. Just call him civilian.
See,
you'd have to chapter it, and then the reveal would have to be at not the end, the beginning of the last chapter. Because you'd have to go backwards and be like, this is how we fucking got here. But maybe like, introduce them before that, like this is how we fucking got here. But like, you got to do like fucking miscues things here and there.
You need some false finishes and stuff. Yeah.
And I'm not bending on the ideas that I think the twist happens at the end of the first first act.
Like 10 minutes into it, but you find out later that it already happened. Is that what you're saying?
No. I think that you find out it's this guy at the.
Here's my only problem with that is he's got the guy gets defeated and you at a certain hour the walls come up, but then it's just Batman fighting for his life and fighting for their lives until the thing, which I feel like is like we know he's gonna win.
No, I mean the battle is now. So at the end of the first act, I would say like we're building up this. That's why I stick with the Calendar Man. Is that like you're building up to like, oh, this is like the Calendar Man is getting his fucking day?
Yeah.
This is crazy. And then, no, he gets murdered by Killer Croc at the end of the first act.
Right.
And then you go like, all right, so then who is this about? And then you go, who's the big bad? And you go, no, there is no big bad. We know this is him fighting all of these villains, and he's got no chance at winning, right? And then it's like he's got to go, like we said before. Like,
but that's the major problem, I feel like.
No. And then, so then the idea is that who is he then battling but himself, which is Batman finally going to cross the line? Like he has the opportunity now to he's got, like, let's say he's got, I don't know, I can't think of a villain. I'm just so fucking tired. Vermin. He's got over, and he's like, if I kill this guy, it's done. And then it's, it just keeps going more and more and more. And then, it's like maybe we get like Nightwing or someone's or Catwoman. I like Catwoman because I'd say she's in the jail, but it's like she really shouldn't be. So like she's about to get raped by everybody. I always make it brutal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Make it fucking
hard.
It was a real prison. And then
so
push him past that.
To kind of just maybe take it a little bit to the end.
Yeah.
I think the villain has to teach Batman something about himself, right?
Well, Batman has to come out different, right?
Yeah, so he has to come out different, and the villain also has to teach Batman about himself. Like, he has to see something in whoever this villain is about himself. The reason why I think the idea of it being just a random civilian with no type of baggage beforehand is that he can look at this person and go, wow, this normal person got pushed over their edge.
Can lose it. It could be anybody.
Here I am, Batman. Like,
who's already gone over his edge to become Batman.
Yeah, I can't kill people. Like, what if the whole thing is about him reaffirming why he can't kill people? Like, wow, this guy went all the way to the edge, and he didn't have a tenth of my insanity. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the kind of
I like
Batman
that.
I love a lesson.
All right, so let's come up with our
Let's come
ideas.
back. Yeah.
Let's come back.
I love this.
We'll come up with our ideas. We have like a week. We have like 2 weeks to
I
kind
feel
of.
like I could go we can go to like another hour on this. This is so fun.
We could, but I'm done.
Of course we're tired.
I think you guys are good, but I want to fight everyone. I feel like I'm in Arkham, and Arkham is my brain. I've just done 5 hours of podcasting today.
I'm so excited.
And I've been
you to
impotent
write.
for 6 months.
Yep.
So I just am out of gas. But I think that if we come up with ideas, I want a fresh look at this,
Yeah.
and then let's see what we got for next
pumped.
week. What do you think?
This
Is
is
that
great.
good for you?
Yeah.
And
love
look,
it.
hey guys, you don't have to subscribe to the Patreon. We're just gonna do it next week.
This guy. Okay, great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
we have a
you know,
Patreon?
No, but I'm saying like other podcasts would be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you want the rest? Get on Patreon.
Yeah.
No, you want next? We'll be back next week with you guys because this will be
Yeah.
actually, this will be next week for them.
Yep. Where this will be in the past for us. Yeah, just check out Cerebros Official on YouTube. Like, subscribe, make comments. We love to hear what you guys think about a Batman Arkham movie. Just message us, whatever. Get out to us. If you think this is dumb, let us know. If you think this is fantastic, let us know. We want to know what you guys think.
For an hour, we got almost nowhere.
This is so. No,
But it was
God,
fun.
everyone. This is fantastic. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. I now want this movie.
Okay.
Yeah, follow us on our Instagram.
Please
Right,
like,
Joey?
subscribe, share.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
Cerebros.